Welcome to the quiz. We have Macroeconomics 101. 10 questions, multiple choice questions, and I'm going to give an explanation for each individual question. You'll have 15 seconds to answer each individual question, and I want you to track your score and let me know in the comments how many did you get correct. Did you get 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 6 out of 10? Let me know in the comments below how well you did on the quiz. All right, let's dive into the Macroeconomics 101 quiz. Question number 1. Macroeconomics will focus on A, big picture view of the entire economy, B, individual economic units like households, businesses, markets, C, only on government activity, D, consumer behavior. The answer is A, big picture view of the entire economy. Macroeconomics studies the economy as a whole rather than individual markets. It looks at big picture issues like economic growth, inflation, unemployment, government policies, and trade and global markets. Question number 2. What makes real GDP different from nominal GDP? A, no difference. B, real GDP includes exports. C, nominal GDP includes opportunity costs. D, it adjusts for inflation. The answer is D. Real GDP adjusts for inflation. Real GDP identifies a base year and adjusts the GDP calculation for inflation. This strips away inflation from the calculation so you have the real growth percentage. Question number 3. Which isn't a method to calculate gross domestic product? A, expenditure method. B, income method. C, production method. D, inflation method. The answer is D, inflation method. The 3 primary methods to calculate GDP include expenditure, income, and production. The inflation method is just one I made up. Question number 4. What is an example of a contractionary policy? A, lowering interest rates. B, tightening lending policies. C, government spending increasing. D, major investments made by businesses. The answer is B, tightening lending policies. Contractionary economic policies are actions governments or central banks take to slow down economic growth, usually to fight inflation. This is where you're going to put policies out there to slow down inflation. We want to slow down economic growth. If you got any value out of this quiz so far, please smash that like button and consider subscribing. It helps out this video a ton if you could smash the like button. All right, let's continue with question number 5. Question number 5. What describes the amount of money it takes to buy the goods and services needed to achieve a given standard of living? A, consumer spending. B, cost of living. C, quantity demanded. D, inflation. The answer is B, cost of living. The cost of living is the amount of money needed to maintain a certain standard of living by covering basic expenses like housing, food, healthcare, transportation, and other essential goods and services. Question number 6. The Phillips curve states that there is an inverse relationship between A, consumer spending and interest rates, B, inflation and exports, C, unemployment and inflation, D, GDP growth and inflation. The answer is C, unemployment and inflation. The Phillips curve is an economic concept that shows an inverse relationship between inflation and unemployment. When unemployment is low, inflation tends to be higher. And when unemployment is high, inflation tends to be lower. This was a concept that got challenged in the 1970s when stagflation would take place, where unemployment and inflation were both high at the same time. Question number 7. The Consumer Price Index, CPI, measures A, the average price paid for oil only, B, the average price paid for food only, C, the average price paid for a fixed basket of goods and services, D, the average price paid for exports to foreign countries. The answer is C, the average price paid for a fixed basket of goods and services. The Consumer Price Index, CPI, is an economic measure that tracks the average change over time in the prices paid by households for a fixed basket of goods and services, such as food, housing, transportation, and medical care. CPI is commonly used to track inflation. So, this is the basket of goods that's going to get priced from month to month, year to year, to see how much inflation has gone up. Question number 8. The unemployment rate factors the labor force that is A, jobless, retired, and searching for work, B, jobless and actively searching for work, C, jobless whether actively searching or not, or D, jobless and not actively looking for work. The answer is B, jobless and actively searching for work. Unemployed people are those without a job and actively looking for work and available to work. Question 9. Phillips Kagan wrote The Monetary Dynamics of Hyperinflation, and he defined hyperinflation as A, greater than 50% a year, B, inflation greater than 100% a year, C, inflation greater than 10% per month, or D, inflation greater than 50% per month. The answer is D, inflation greater than 50% per month. Hyperinflation is a massive out of control rise in prices, defined as inflation of 50% or more per month, which equates to 12,975% per year of inflation or more. All right, question number 10. Don't give up yet. We're almost done. According to the quantity theory of money, what occurs to the value of a currency when the money supply increases faster than economic growth? A, increases, B, decreases, C, remains the same, or D, moves with supply and demand. The answer is decreases. If the money supply grows in the economy faster than the relative size of the economy, the value of the currency will decrease. In other words, just adding more money to an economy will cause prices to rise. All right, thanks for taking the Macroeconomics 101 quiz. Let me know in the comments section below how many did you get correct, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.